Lesson of the day, folks. Listen up.
Do not interrupt a black trans woman when she's speaking.
Ooh, that's Blossom. It's not the Blossom I fucking grew up watching. That's for goddamn sure. You just start to wonder, like, how somebody even gets that fucking stupid. I'll never fucking get it. But yo, this woman is a fucking ugly fucking woman inside and out. And got the nerve to just play the victim from every fucking angle you could ever fucking play one.
It seems like we're the ones that's teaching everybody else because we live in a predominant cis world.
Jubilee, fucking panel, debate, conversation, middle ground, trans versus trans, something the other day. It's been out a couple days now. It's fucking blown up, all shit. That Blossom there went pretty much head to head with Blair White for an hour and a half.
Have you ever worked directly?
I am right now.
No,
We're
directly
surrounded by
in
them.
services in terms of nonprofits and actually getting clientele.
She's not
That's
grassroots.
my entire
She is
career.
not a grassroots
Not
person
grassroots.
because truth be told, a lot of our
What does that
community
even mean?
is in grassroots.
Have you ever had a
Nonprofit
client list of
organizations that are
transgender people that you
trans-led. Hold
actually
on just
took
a
care
second.
of?
Hold on just a second.
Took care of them, like what, like paid
Trans-led
their
or-
bills? No,
I'm
I don't
sorry,
Offering them
excuse me,
services, getting them through
excuse
I've helped
me.
a lot of trans people in my life,
Trans-led
yes.
organizations that are ran by trans people. I really want to see what you've done for those organizations because I don't see any of y'all on the front line.
I'm not necessarily a Blair White fan. I have nothing against Blair White. I just don't watch her stuff. It's not my thing. But she handled herself incredibly well on that hour and a half. Blossom, on the other hand, was chock full of.
And so follow me here. When I come as a person of color, as a black trans woman, you and I do not get to have that same experience. There are
You went to the
rooms-
White House,
there are-
I didn't.
There are more rooms that you get to walk in that I will be forbidden in. And one thing about it is that's why it's important, like someone like me has to create her own space to be able to counteract what you're doing. And I'm
So
not
did I.
saying that you don't. But what I'm saying here is what I'm trying to get you to understand is my blackness should not have to pay for your whiteness that
doesn't make
is
sense.
destroying my community.
Just about what you'd expect from a black trans activist, you know, quote unquote. So I don't know if you've had the energy or the drive to make it through that hour and a half of a conversation. But I did. I got through it. And for all it's worth, definitely the trans conservatives come out of that far more of a winner than anything that the trans liberals did. And funny enough, old Blossom there, and old circus clown, whatever the fuck his name is, old non-binary they, them, went on a podcast about a day or two after the Jubilee to talk about their time on that panel.
I think we want to debate.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, we are the winners of, let's see, a debate called Jubilee Middle Ground Trans Conservatives versus Trans Liberals. Just, you know.
Like, would you expect anything else from her, though? I mean, would you honestly expect her to have taken what she did on that Jubilee panel and not thought she won it? I mean, as delusional as she is in every other fucking way. Good God. I mean, like, what the fuck are we supposed to do with people like this in society? Like, I mean, like, what good are they? And I'm not even asking that in a dickhead sense. I'm asking that just in a reality, universal, like, let's play a game. Let's play a fucking mind game for a second, all right? Let's imagine, God forbid, tonight a bomb went off and it blew up half the fucking world. I mean, just wiped out half the fucking world. Whoever lived through the night woke up tomorrow morning. There's no power, there's no phones, there's no water, there's no nothing. It's Armageddon-esque, all right? What good do you think this person is going to be?
I'm a divine goddess.
None. Zero.
0.0.
Is as good as they're going to be. I struggle to grasp the concept of the importance of any of what these people fight for. I just don't get it, because ultimately these people become these self-centered fucking ideologues that are just completely fucking worthless on a level that is so fucking worthless that I can't imagine what good they're for. I can't, I struggle to fucking think of a good reason to have these people in the world. And that's not saying they don't exist. It's not saying they shouldn't exist. This is just bare bones, bare minimum, thinking this out loud. That's what I'm doing here. I'm just wondering if society was dependent on people like Blossom and old they them there. Like, society dies. Society fucking doesn't make it a year. Like, it's all over. They can't have children. They can't fucking procreate. What are their fucking skills in life? Like what what do these people bring to the table that makes the world a better place because of them? It's an honest fucking question. I don't have an answer to that. Like I've thought long and fucking hard about this, man. I try to think of everything from 100 different angles. Your angle, my angle, their angle, everyone's. I always try. That's just who I am. I don't mind playing devil's advocate. I can play that role. It's not hard for me. But when I try to understand the reasoning or the benefit to any of this, and it makes me feel retarded. It makes me fucking feel retarded when I start to wonder, like, what would be the point to any of this? What would be the... It's like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe, you can give me an answer to that question. Put it in the comments. Fucking let me know. Enlighten me, will you? Because I don't get it. I don't think I ever will. I don't think even after you tell me what the benefit to society is that I would still get it any better. Because it ultimately just comes down to these people just... I don't know, man. Like, I just don't fucking know. But God forbid, old Blossom there, and what's his name, went on his fucking podcast. And fucking for another hour and a half that I fucking went through. I fucking went through that whole fucking hour and a half of this other conversation these two motherfuckers had. And it is delusion on a scale that is like unmeasurable. The delusion and cope that came out of these people for an hour and a half was fucking just like, it's astronomical.
When I specifically said whiteness, I'm talking about your white side. Let's not act like Portuguese people can't be racist to the Africans that come over there. And let's not forget,
And they are.
Portuguese people in Portugal, they were colonizing folks. And what it is Blair thought she was going to colonize me. That's what she thought she was going to do.
Like, you just wonder what planet these people live on. Like, it's fucking incredible to think that there's people on this fucking planet like Blossom.
Blair had spoken last. And so she said that me and you were not cute. Mm-hmm. And you remember I said, I'm not cute. I'm a divine goddess.
Who just swears that they're like this great debater now. Oh man, I'm finding my debate tools by doing this. Like, no, you're fucking not. You fucking sound ridiculous. Like, I fucking swear, dude, man, they go on this fucking podcast and start just talking Blair for another hour and a half about how ugly a person she is.
And she has a racist following. A lot of her followers are racist.
It seems like it. Yeah.
They're very prejudiced. They're very racist. They're very transphobic. When she said that, I knew that was more of a deeper rooted saying towards me and my ancestry.
How fucking poor her podcast is.
She went to her little low budget podcast, and I do mean low budget, like low budget in the dirt. It is a trash podcast, just like she is.
But meanwhile, this fucking woman Blossom is just disgusting. She's fucking like the worst type of fucking human you could actually be. If you had to be a type of person, this woman Blossom is not the fucking type of person anyone should ever want to be. Like I just wonder, like, what the fuck is the reasoning of why we're not only kind of like leaning into the delusions of these people, but like we then take a back seat and allow them to dictate how things are talked about, what's allowed to be talked about, in what way you can say it. It's fucking wild to me, dude. Like, it's fucking wild, dude. Oh, yo, this fucking woman, and this fucking, as a black trans woman.
As a black trans woman.
Not
just me as a black trans woman.
It's like a fucking record just stuck on fucking repeat with that same line. It means so much to her. To her, it fucking means every fucking thing. And I say her very fucking lightly. I mean, yo, the way she sat in this interview is unlike any woman I've ever known in my life. I've known no fucking many of them. I ain't never have I met a fucking woman in a dress sit like this. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Yo, this woman in this fucking podcast was almost to tears retelling how she felt with, I guess, the things Blair said to her.
So when I got back in my room, that's when I broke down and I started crying. I started crying because I had never felt so disrespected by somebody that was just so unprofessional and just somebody that is so despicable. I'll call Blair White despicable. That's literally how I feel.
Oh my God, I got back to my room that night and I just started crying. I've never been so disrespected. Like, I saw what you were in. I fucking saw the Jubilee thing, woman. Like, you were the most aggressive fucking person of all of them. There was no one on that panel as more aggressive as you, Blossom. Like, you were the one at 100. You were the one acting like a straight fucking man would in that bitch. Got nerve talk about, yo, I'll tell you like 4 or 5 times in this podcast, she's talking about, oh my God, I started crying. Oh, I'm about to cry now. Oh man, you're gonna make me cry. Like, shorty, you got fucking problems. And your problems are just everybody else's problems because we just gotta fucking like give this woman this platform that she's got to fucking just get up here and be the ugliest fucking person on the planet. The ugliest of fucking humanity are these people. And yet they just fucking become TikTok fucking legends, Instagram fucking famous. The woman's a tarot card reader.
I'm a tarot reader. I'm an astrologer. I'm a life coach. I do activism. I do consulting work. I'm also a creative and I'm about to get into writing. And so,
yo,
when I had that mic drop moment on Blair White, it was equivalent to me looking into white supremacy and saying, I wish you would. Because when I did what I did to Blair on that video about talking about how my blackness shouldn't pay for her whiteness, I was breaking generational curses.
I was breaking a generational curse. Like what kind of complex is that? Like, dude, that's like beyond a victim complex. That's like that's a fucking complex that I'm not even sure they got a name for yet because it's just so wild. It's so fucking wild to imagine that this woman could be not only ugly, but just racist as shit. That's fucking anybody in any other context would say that to her with the fucking races reversed. Yo, that shit would be on Good Morning America tomorrow. It'd be on the nightly news for the next week. We'd be talking and hearing about how this white person told a black person, your blackness is killing my whiteness and it's a detriment to my community. Like, bro, they fucking have billboards from California to fucking Maine denouncing this motherfucker. Say some shit like this. But this woman not only says it, goes on a podcast 2 fucking days later and starts talking about that was her looking in the face of white supremacy, talk about try me. And I'm breaking a generational fucking curse. Like, yo, that's like fucking like, you're like so steeped in insanity to fucking like even think that way to fucking begin with that it's confusing. But I'm also not surprised, but I'm also just kind of like, you hear it and it's just, you want to bang your fucking head against a wall. Because it's like, we allow certain people, certain groups, certain types of people to just say whatever the fuck they want. Say whatever the fuck they want, and everybody's just got to kind of be like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Like, fuck that shit, dude. Like, I'm so fucking just like, I can't imagine where this fucking leads, dude. Like, it's just one thing after another, after another, after another. And it's like these people have been so concreted. Like, they've got this fucking 10-foot concrete foundation that they are set in, that everything they're doing is right. Everything they're doing it is the right way. This is the right side of history. This is the right team to fucking be on. But can just say the ugliest fucking shit in the world, and yet just nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck. I mean, as a black trans woman, I don't think half these motherfuckers are gonna be happy until it actually turns back into that Jim Crow shit where everybody's just segregated, everybody's separated by fucking race, everybody fucking hates one another, don't want to be around one another. And could you imagine how that world ends? Could you imagine how fucking a society with millions on millions of people fucking just ends? When everybody's sterilized, can't nobody have no fucking kids, and everybody hates one another. Like, that's a bright idea. That's a great idea, I guess, to these people. Because, I mean, that's obviously what they fucking want. They fucking want everybody to hate one another. Because, like, it's either that or shut the fuck up. And I don't like either of those options. I'm not taking either of those. So you can kiss my fucking old ass. Like, think I'm even going to choose either of those. It's just like, I just don't get how, like, these motherfuckers have the arrogance that they fucking have to be so fucking stupid, to be so fucking self-absorbed, self-centered, self-righteous, just so fucking like it oozes from them, where it's just like it's nauseating to me. And I know most motherfuckers with sense can see it, separate who and what, and, you know, all the things in between. But there's some people who just don't. There's some people who just see that race shit and just love it. They fucking love that shit. Like, oh, I'm a proud black this and that. I'm proud blah, 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 blah. I just don't get it, man. I just don't fucking get it. I don't fucking get it. I don't think I'll ever get it. I don't think you're supposed to fucking get it half the time. But, like, it always brings me back. This is the biggest shoelace that I always end up tripping over all the time about this. And I just wonder, what's the end goal here? Because, like, we had a spot in society where men can dress in pink and do whatever a stereotypical girl would do, and the girl could work on trucks and whatever stereotypical boy was, try to break that real strict fucking at one time barrier down to where the gender roles really were pliable and you could just do what you wanted to do and be who you wanted to be. Because ultimately, male and female, those titles only matter in a very select few instances. They really matter medically. Like, you end up in the hospital, doctor's going to need to know if you're a fucking male or female. But these people just have this thing where it's just like, where what's his name? Oh, they, them there. Like, this motherfucker's like, he's not even trans. Non-binary is not even fucking trans. It's just a person who just wants to be everything. That's what it ultimately comes down to. Like, this motherfucker just wants the best of both worlds, I guess. And meanwhile, just looks an utter fucking clown. That's just what I just don't get. I don't fucking get it. Like, without the ability to procreate, without the ability to have children, society fucking dies. That's just the way it works. Like, there has to be that next generation to continue the path that we've been fucking making for as long as it was that we've been making it. When it comes to people like Blossom and shit, like, just in general, like, and I'm not, like, bro, I'm not even saying this to be mean. I'm not saying this to be a dick. I'm not saying, like, it's just me thinking this through. What's the fucking goal here? What is the fucking goal? Because if you're born a fucking man, you're never gonna have a vagina. The doctor can't make you one. Whatever it is that they do, all it does is destroy your fucking dick. That's all it does. And fucking gives you weird, funky, nasty shit after. You know, I'm just wondering, like, what would be the point of that? What would be the fucking purpose of that? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't know if anybody knows any fucking more. They don't know. They fucking think they know. They don't fucking know shit. Fucking know jack all shit and just be the mean, most ugliest motherfuckers in the world to people. But dude, I seen this conversation that these two had after that Jubilee debate, and it just blew my fucking mind to hear them say it. To hear them say,
allegedly, we are the winners of, let's see, a debate called Jubilee Middle Ground, Trans Conservatives versus Trans Liberals.
and
She's very white adjacent. She's very in white proximity. Because I'm a Black person, and because racists are part of her platform as far as those that follow her, she didn't think about my safety. She didn't care about my safety. She didn't care about what these people could have done to me.
like, bro, that's delusion on a fucking scale that is just, I don't think they make a scale that could handle that much delusion to actually get a fucking accurate weight of it. Bro, ready? Yo, we're fucked. We are so fucked. But lesson of the day, guys.
Do not interrupt a Black trans woman when she's speaking.
Don't ever interrupt a Black trans woman. Got it?